Hey, Grace. Sorry, Amber. I am so sorry. I have another student called Grace, so that's why I keep calling Grace. I'm so sorry for that. I apologize.
Oh, that's all
Uh,
right.
okay, don't be offended, please. Okay. So what I wanted to say that in the RAM, we reserve a place that is called values in this way. Okay. So we tell him I want you to reserve a place for 5 elements. And again, we have an index. So we are not able to reference any element here without knowing the index. That's why the index is very important. It's very important for us to know that any list or array that we deal with, we have to understand the index to be able to get the element value or even to assign a new element value. So have a look here. Do you see here?
Yes.
You see names, am I right? And you see square brackets and you see 0 inside. Am I right? Correct?
Yes.
Okay. So now I would like you to have a look here. So in programming wise, this is how we assign arrays. I will take you back to your question. I still didn't answer your question yet. I know that you need more clarification on the lengths and the subtraction thing, but just allow me to explain that to you. So do you see here? This is an array that is called nums. This array have 3 elements or 3 integers. Am I right? Do you see 42, 13, 78? Do you see how they are arranged?
Yes.
Okay. Is that clear to you or confusing?
No, it's clear.
Okay. So please note that the first element, which is 42, have the index 0. And the second one have index 1. The third one have index 2. Clear? Any problem in that?
No.
Okay. So now have a look at this line. So this line is trying to say output to the screen or print out the element at index number 0. The index number 0 have 42. So if we say square bracket and we put inside here an index number, so if I put here 3 and I say print nums with the index 3, so that will give me an error. This is the problem. This is not correct for the nums array. Why? Because the last element that I have in this array is at index 2. So, but why I say 3 elements? What is the difference between 2 and 3? So the last element I have always is the length of this array minus 1. Did I need to clarify it more? So I say the length minus 1 equal what? Equal the index of
Okay.
the last element. So it simply means you can never put here 3. You need to put here length minus 1. If you have 3 items, it means that you need, at maximum, you can put here 2. You can put 0, you can put 1, you can put 2. All is acceptable. Am I clear? You see here? He put 2, and what he gets the last element in your array. Am I clear?
Yes.
Okay, so this is a way to actually print out an element from the array. But then how we assign, how we change, if we, I mean, is it that array is fixed? No, it's not fixed. The values is not inside is not fixed. We can assign it, same like a variable. If we have a variable So if you have a variable that's called n, and you put 10 inside it, it will actually take 10 and store it in the, if we have a place here, a variable called n. So if I do this kind of assignment, I will put actually in the place in the memory that is called n, I will put 10 inside. So far, clear? Am I saying something difficult?
No.
Okay. So if you are saturated, tell me stop, and then I will stop. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, now tell me first, before we continue. Actually, in the normal conditions, in the normal classes, I am not, I give time that we speak about something else so that your mind is not saturated, because typically you already start to saturate, or even saturated many times with me. Although this connection that we do every 30 minutes somehow can limit the situation a bit of your saturation. Let me know, what is the weather in your around your house at the moment? Is it hot, cold, or winter or summer, or how is it?
It's quite humid over here.
Okay, is it raining?
Not right now, but it was raining last night.
Okay, so when it is raining, it always have a flood?
Um, not always, but most of the times, yes.
Okay, so may I know another thing is, when you graduate from your current school, high school, you're going to specialize in what? What do you want to study at the end? Business, computer science, or what?
It's going to be, I think, either economics or sustainable development.
Interesting. Okay, that's good. Okay, so let us switch back to our class. What I wanted to say here, that this is our way to assign new values for our variables. But how are we going to do that for arrays? Arrays also is not fixed like variables. We are able to change it. So we need to mention the name of the array, and then we need to mention the index we're going to change the value for, and then we're going to put the value like that. So here, you see here what he's doing? He mentions the name of the array, the index he want to change, and then he put a value. So by doing so, the new array will look like that. See? So how it looks like? He changed at index 1, he changed 13 to become 11. And the remaining 2 still the same. Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure I understand this.
Okay. You do not understand that we use a square bracket? Okay, let me confirm with you. Did you understand if we do nums like that? So if I say output nums and I put 0 in the square bracket, do you understand that this will output 42?
Yes, okay, so is this a separate code or is it part of this?
You mean the names?
No, like the last line where 1 is in the box and it's changed to 11. Is it separate or is it a part
Same.
of this code?
It is part of this
All
code.
right.
It is part of the code. It is it.
Okay.
So this array here, it is the same like this array. It is a nums array here. You see here, and you see here also. And this is the nums array being printed out. But again, when I use slash like that, it's like I'm commenting that part. So this is not a code. So after that slash slash is not a code. Slash slash here is not a code. It is a comment to explain to you what this line does at the end. But it is not a code. So am I clear? This code, this is not
Yes.
code. Okay. So this is, we call it comment.
All right.
Okay. So what I want to say, what do you understand, or what is confusing you from that line?
No, I understood it now. So basically, the index, the value or the element, it changed to 11 now at index 1.
Okay, so
That's
that's clear to you now. Okay, okay, that's actually good. So we are able to move on here. So I would like to share with you um, just a simple code that can do something helpful to us, which is print a linear array. So you have 1D arrays and you have 2D arrays. So if we understand the 1D arrays correctly, we will be able to study the 2D arrays not with much complication like we are seeing at the moment. So we have now an array that is called students, and it have 20 strings. When we call an array students, any array or variable name that we create, we must choose it so that it can tell the examiner what we are trying to store inside. If you create to me an array that's called n, that is not clear at all what is inside n. Okay, so it's not clear inside n is a strings, or inside n is integers, or even booleans, or even characters. I don't know what is that. What is inside? So always choose a name, a variable name, either for the array or for the normal variables that is meaningful, like here. Okay, clear?
okay.
So we will see a code that loops through the array, which is a student array. So, and try to print something out. Okay, so I would like you to see here. Okay, I would say I am not able to print the whole student the space is not enough for me to actually write 20 names here that is content of this array, but I will try my best to simplify this. So this is index 0, index 1, and then I will end up here with index 19. I will put here x, z. So MO, again, I am not able to write student names here because the space is not enough for me to do so. But I'm trying to simulate that you have an array of students. It have string variables inside. It means that it have a list of strings that we are storing here strings. Previous array that you have seen was the nums array. Do you still remember that? That was full of numbers.
Yes.
Right, so this is integers, this is strings. Okay, have a look at the loop, please. The loop is from 0 to 19. Even though we know for sure that there is 20 elements inside this array, 20 elements, 20 student names inside this array. Okay, but our loop, we make it start from 0 until 19. You know why we end at 19?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So to be able to print out every single student here, we need to write output, and we need to write student here like that. But the problem is why we write POS inside, or pos, or position. So this is short for position. So sometimes they write pos, and if you want to write remove both. You write index or I also is okay. So if you remove here I is a both position and you put I inside, so this is a variable name that you choose. You can put count, you can put I, you can put whatever you want. You change here, then you need to change also here. So instead of position here, your square bracket should contain I instead of position. Did I confuse you or I make it clearer? I think you got confused.
No, it's okay.
Okay, so in short, at the moment we are using the variable position. I will not change it. So to make things clearer, and I don't want to complicate matter to you, but imagine here if I have 30 or 20, no, 20 variables. I have 20 variables that carry the student names. I want to print them out like this, output, and I want to print them. I have to write 20 lines. But again, the beauty of arrays come in clear to us here, because using only a loop that will get executed 20 times, this loop will run for 20 times. Why I say 20? Because it runs from 0 until 19. When we start counting from 0, so 0, 1, 2, 3, until we reach 19, this is 20 times. This is clear or confusing? So same like when we say 0 to 4, this is 5 times. Amber, can you please confirm to me if you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Confusing?
Because you no, I understand it because you subtract the last value by 1 because it
Excellent.
starts from 0.
Yes, excellent. Okay. So again, I have to give you exercises to be able to, code is never studied by looking. Now you are looking. To solidify and consolidate this information in your memory, you have to really do the practice at maximum tomorrow, okay? So when I give it to you, please start doing it. Even if you don't send it to me tomorrow, it's fine, but to solidify everything, you have to really do some practice, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so at the end of the day, we want to go to every index here and print whatever element inside. How we do that? How we can do that? Only with a single line. We do that by making use of this position. Every time we run this loop, this position will take values from 0, and then it will execute that one time. So when it executes that, it will put position. So the first time we run this loop, 0 will be assigned to the variable that's called position. So when we come here, we will not find that a position is empty. We'll find 0 inside. When we find 0, we will find that inside the index 0, we have AB. So the first thing that we're going to print, we will print AB. We will print AB without the double quotation, because the double quotation is for the computer to understand. But what is printed in the screen is AB only. So the student name only without the double quotation. Am I clear?
Yes.
Okay. And then after we execute that, we go up again, and position will automatically be incremented by 1, as long as it doesn't reach here 19. Okay. So again, the position will be incremented by 1. So here it will become 1, and then it will come to execute here. So it will find that position have the value 1. We don't need to change anything. We just only need to change the values inside position. So he will go here, find PC. So he will print out to the screen PC. And then we go on like that until we reach position 19. Okay, so when we have position 19, what are we going to print?
It's going to be XZ.
Okay, so it means that the loop will end here on 19, and we will just print xz and then we exit the loop. Am I right? Am I correct? Is it clear to you?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. That is great. So now you see how we are able to do this loop. Any question before we move on?
No.
Okay, that's good. Okay, now let me see that code. Yep. Okay. So we have an example that we would like. Let me see first if there is something more simpler. Let me see here. Yeah, I think that is slightly simpler. We start that and then we move on to the harder one. So that okay. I would like to tell you that we have a character array. We didn't explain before that we have a data type that is called character. So a character, actually, it is a single letter, and normally it is marked by a single quote like that. So B can be a character. So this is a fifth data type that is different from strings. String is marked. It can also be a single, but it is marked by double quotation. We mark the character by a single quote like that. Okay. So now we have an array of characters. We can have array of characters. We can have array of strings. We can have array of booleans. We can have array of any data type that we have. We have 5 data types so far we talk about. We can have any array for any of these 5 data types. Okay, so we have alpha that have 26 letters of, and it is an array of characters, and they contain all the letters of English alphabet. We would like to know the location or the index of the letter C. So how are we going to do that? So let us have a look here at this simple code. We said the array size is 26. Am I right?
Yes.
So the array is called alpha, and we have 26 characters. Clear? So we say we want to know the location. And we are saying here that we start with the location equal -1. Have you got idea why we need to put -1 in the location?
I'm not sure.
Can you guess, please?
Is it because there's 26 alphabets?
Okay, but why we choose -1? Yeah, I mean, when you are thinking like that, your brain is actually working, which is actually solidifying your understanding of what I'm saying. So don't worry if you say wrong. I don't mind. That's fine. We are not in an exam. Okay. So do you notice that the first character in our array is starting with 0? So if
Yes.
I want to, I mean, typically we can put the location is 0, but the location 0 actually have a character. So we don't want to put a wrong position here as a start. We want to put something that is not in this alphabet. So that is why we choose something that is even not 0. We can put something even that is outside. So if, since we have here 26 letters, because we are starting from 0 until 25, if we put 30, for example, in the location, also it's okay, because it's outside that that range of characters, or the count of characters that we have here. Did I make myself clear so far? Amber, I think
still don't.
Confusing.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I will try to explain that in a moment. Just focus with me. Do you understand this array first? We go step by step. Do you understand that this is our alpha that contain characters? Because why it is characters? I said character is marked by a single quote. If I put double quotation like that, this is a string. So this is a string.
Yes.
And this is a character. Any problem with that so far?
No.
Okay, perfect. Can we see this loop? Do we understand? Can we understand why we are running from 0 until 25?
Yeah.
Okay, clear. Do you understand that this count, in the previous loop, we have a position, POS. Am I right? Changing
Yes.
that to count, does this confuse you?
No.
So count, position, or even I is all variable names that we can control. So this loop from and to, this is keywords assigned by pseudocode. This does not belong to us. We cannot change. End loop also belong to pseudocode. And if and then belong to pseudocode, we cannot control or change. But what we can control is variable names like count, location, and even alpha. This is belong to us. We choose it our own. Is it fine to you? Clear?
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to loop. So it means that we're going to check every single letter here in this array. We're going to search for it. And then previously, we only have one line to execute inside our loop, if you can remember, right? Now, this is the first time that we have a longer line of code. We're going to execute an if statement. Every time in this loop we run it, we're going to run this if statement. So as long as the count does not reach 25, we're going to check here this if statement. So when the count here equal 0 as a start, we check the alpha. Alpha at position 0 is A. So and then it means that, so if I say, no, let me put it for you because this is the first time. I don't want you to get confused. So when at count equals 0, this is a normal loop. Alpha why alpha here becomes 0? Because we put 0 into count. So when alpha 0, actually this is element A or character A here. So we will check, is it equal C? This is true or false?
It's false.
Excellent, false, yes. So if it is false, I will never execute that line. I will just go to end if and then go again to the loop. So I will see count equal 1 because I will increment as long as I didn't reach 25 yet. Okay, so I say here alpha 1. What is inside alpha 1, please?
It's B.
Is it B equals C or it's false?
No, it's false.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, so we will never execute that line because this is false. Okay, so we increase count to be equal to, now alpha 2. What is in alpha 2?
It's C.
Okay, excellent. So if I have this condition, so it means that this condition will evaluate to true. So it means that we will execute that line of code. Am I right? So what this line of code is doing actually? It's putting what inside location?
It's putting the count.
Okay, what is the current of count now? Here. This is a count, right? So what is inside the count? 2? 2, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, I put 2 inside location, and then I leave it like that, okay? So we will continue looping, so we will end up the if we already executed that line. We will go again, increment the count to become 3. So we put here count equal 3. And then we check alpha. This is already stored in the memory. Nobody will touch it. So we will put alpha 3. What is in alpha 3, please?
It's D.
Excellent. Is it equal C? False.
Yeah.
Okay. So it means that I will never execute that anymore, right? And then I will continue until the count equal 25. And then at alpha 25, oops, like that. Alpha 25, what is inside alpha 25?
Z.
Okay, is it equal C?
No.
False. So it means that we will end the loop out, and then we will return the location. The location was only assigned one time. When we reach it, the count 2 at C position here, so we stored 2 inside the location to capture the current location, because count is always changing. If we don't capture it or store it away from the values here, we will never know when this evaluated to true. So this is a variable that, okay, now you talk. I will stop.
So location can have any number, so I could keep it location as like -3.
You can put -10, you can put anything, but don't put something that can be possibly a real position inside. If I put here 5, so I already put a position inside, and that is wrong. You know why? Because maybe what I'm searching for is not inside the alpha. Maybe if I put here inside the character, I put a Chinese character, like this character. For example, this. Let's assume that is a Chinese character. So if I put this and I search the whole English alphabet for this kind of Chinese character, I will never find it. So it means if I never find it, the location should return -1. But if you put a location here, if you choose to put inside location as a start, a value that is possibly inside, for example, 0. So when you return here, you will return 0, even though you never actually find count. You never find the location of this Chinese character inside. It's never there. Did you understand what I meant here, or still confused? If it's still confusing, I will clarify it in the next class. No worries. It's clear now?
Yes.
Okay. So we already approached our end of this session. I would like to get your input. Am I moving so fast? I need to slow down, or I need to speed my explanation to you?
No, I think this is okay. The space is fine.
Okay. I'll try my best to send you the homework by tonight or latest tomorrow morning. Okay?
Yes.
And the same goes with the slides. Okay?
Okay.
So I will also send you if we can have a class tomorrow or not. But if I manage to arrange for you a class tomorrow, it will be only 1 hour. I will try my best to take it out from my family time, and but that's why I'm not able to give you more than 1 hour. So I might apologize for that. Okay?
No, that's all right. Okay.
Okay. So take care. See you tomorrow if we have a class by confirmation. Okay?
Yes. Okay.
Okay, take
Thank
care.
you.
Bye bye. Take care. Bye bye.